Okay, so here I am. It's Wednesday, and I'm doing lots of different stuff. I ended up going to the Magic pre-release on Saturday, which was exciting, which my mother provided me with some extra money to go with, which is what really made it feasible and possible, and was also why I got to eat while I was out. I wanted to go, but I wasn't sure I was going to be able to because of money. But it all worked out, at least for now. And what else have I got going on? I have class this evening. This evening in C++ class, we're supposed to be going over functions. Yes, the class meets once a week, and it's the highlight of my week. But I've been studying a little bit. Functions are a lot like subroutines and Fortran were, and I have some experience with functions from MATLAB. So I'm going to be kind of familiarizing myself with how they work in C++. I remember one of the big things that makes MATLAB special is the ability to return multiple values. And so I'm going to check to see if that's actually a feature of C++ too, or if that's something that's really unique to MATLAB. You know, expanding my mind and capability. I've also been looking at trying to get some kind of business thing started because I have these ideas, and if I had more money, I'd be able to pursue them more properly because making cardboard models is kind of okay, but I want something that works. So I'm I've picked one that I think is viable, and I'm going to be exploring it. Yes, I still have the other stuff that I work on off and on, but those have very little potential for actually paying off, so I don't feel too bad putting them off in favor of something that might actually have use. Because I keep seeing opportunity and I get tired of seeing it pass me by because I'm broke. So we're going to try to make some money. Yeah, if I had a crap load of money right now, I would be stockpiling helium because helium is essential for high-tech industry, and then I would totally be able to dominate business, but I don't have boatloads of money to stockpile helium with while it's ridiculously, stupidly cheap. Yeah, I see the opportunity, but there's nothing I can do about it. So, I'm still learning programming and stuff, and I'm studying. I got my homework done yesterday. It took a lot longer to do than I thought it would, but I think that I learned a lot by doing it. It was a lot of very nitpicky, nitty gritty kinds of questions that sometimes I would just load up the thing and run it because I'm like, the question appears to be asking, does this get evaluated at the end or not? I'm not sure. So I ran it and then I'm like, okay, so it does usually hit that check at the end of the for loop. Yeah. So I did stuff. I'm learning more. I'm studying hard. I've not had the opportunity to go look up code snips or code snippets, which is something that we discussed last week when I was asking questions about where and what do you run searches for. He said a bunch of stuff that I'd heard of before, like guide, tutorial, blah 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 blah, example. But code snips was a new word that I was unfamiliar with, so I've added that in my lexicon now. So yeah, right now I'm looking at properly starting my own business, which I'm hoping is not the pipe dream that it appears to be. I'm trying to figure out where and how I might possibly get some grant money from to run it with, and other randomness. Also, I'm still giving the cat her medicine each day, and I've had a lot going on recently. I feel constantly busy, which is nice, until I reach the point where I'm like, but I wanted to do more. Although it's so nice to feel busy and say there's more things I wish I could do, rather than the sitting around here going, I don't have anything to do and my life is a waste. So I'm finally at least making some progress. I don't have SolidWorks, but I do have cardboard. So I'm going to make a 3D model of something so that I can display it and say, look, if I had thousands of dollars, I could have done this on a computer for you, but I don't. So this is what you get to see. But it will work. Yeah. So I'm going to be working on that off and on. I have not quite finished my shogi board because I've been so busy with everything else. I keep going out on errands. My mother sends me out like, go to the grocery store and get me eggs. And then it's, go to the grocery store and get me milk that I forgot to tell you about the first time. And then it's like, now we need crackers. So I'm like, okay, at least I'm useful for something. Because I have sat around here feeling so horrible. I don't know if it shows in my demeanor or not. Although the rain that we got today did finally make my back pain stop hurting. We had rain earlier today, and I was like, anyway. But I've been kind of depressed a little bit lately. But I feel a lot better now that I'm useful. I like being useful and doing things that are sort of important, or at least marginally important. And I feel a lot better since I went out on Saturday. I met some people. I met some really awesome people, some of whom were more cool than others. Like, the gimmick of this theme is that there's different guilds that exist on this other world. Anyway, magical city with guilds. And each of the guilds is identified with different not random, but different ideals. And so when I meet someone and they're like, oh yeah, I'm playing Celestia, I'm like, okay, so you're the one who likes making all the things, and yeah, you're not like me. Then I meet someone else and they're like, I'm Rakdos too! And I'm like, yes, another fellow person who's committed to debauchery and or actually just attacking with creatures and killing stuff. But there's other thematic connections too. Anyway, I met some really awesome people. The most cool of which was named Michelle, which is just coincidental because I've also talked about another Michelle that I met at Animazement, and this Michelle was also at Animazement. And she actually said she liked all the same things about Animazement I did. So she seems like a really awesome person if I can just, hang out more. She has a boyfriend, but that's okay because I just want to hang out. And her boyfriend's kind of okay, but like I said, he's Celestia, and like we played some Magic, but his decks were all ultra competitive. Like he doesn't play anything for fun, which is okay, I guess. Anyway, enough about people meeting and stuff. I'm hoping to go back to the store. It was called the Game Connection, and I'm going to give them a little shout out. They're located in Nightdale, kind of eastern Raleigh, and they were pretty cool. I like the store owner in particular. He had a really great attitude, and I'm hoping to go back and do some other stuff. They have board game nights on Tuesdays, which I'm not sure if I'll ever get to go to. Starting around 6, I think it was. Anyway. And they also have RPGs on Saturday. I might try to go back this Saturday for some of that. But really, it's a whole lot of I'm doing stuff, and I'm a lot happier like this. And I'm trying to be productive. My mother's frustrated that I don't yet have a job, but I'm working on it. This helps a lot. And at the very least, I may be able to turn this into something too in the future. But right now, I'm trying to pursue what I'm capable of and improve my capabilities so I'm able to pursue more ambitious goals in the future. Also, I have lots of cardboard, so I'm going to work on making some models and probably finishing my game board too. I don't know when I'll see Eric again. So it's not exactly a top priority. But I do want to finish it so I can show it to him, because we had a good laugh over how some of the pieces were kind of like, eh. So I redesigned the piece things. Anyway, I'll show you guys sometime. I've had a good time. Everything's been good. Haven't seen much of my other friends, but I did meet new people.